Oncology Tube. On April 23, 2025, FDA approved Penpulimab-kcqx. It is a humanized anti-PD-1 IgG1 antibody. It targets non-keratinizing NPC, WHO type 2-3. It is approved for first-line metastatic NPC. It treats recurrent or metastatic NPC with chemo. Chemo includes cisplatin, AUC 80-100 mg squared, or carboplatin, AUC 5, plus gemcitabine 1 g squared. It is also for single-agent use in metastatic NPC. This is post-platinum and one prior therapy. Penpulimab-kcqx is an engineered IgG1 antibody. It lacks Fc receptor binding to reduce ADCC. It eliminates complement-mediated cytotoxicity. This boosts anti-tumor T-cell activity. It reduces off-target immune effects. Efficacy was tested in study AK-105-304. It was a phase 3 randomized double-blind trial. It enrolled 291 patients with metastatic NPC. Patients had no prior chemo for metastatic disease. Patients were randomized 1:1 to 2 arms. Arm 1 got Penpulimab-kcqx at 200 mg IV. It was given every 3 weeks with chemo. Chemo was cisplatin or carboplatin plus gemcitabine. This was followed by Penpulimab maintenance. Arm 2 got placebo with the same chemo. This was followed by placebo maintenance. Primary endpoint was PFS per RECIST v1.1. Median PFS was 9.6 months in Penpulimab arm. Placebo arm had median PFS of 7.0 months. Hazard ratio was 0.45, 95% CI 0.33, 0.62. P-value was less than 0.001. At 12 months, 31% of Penpulimab arm were alive. They were progression-free per RECIST. Only 11% of placebo arm were progression-free. OS data were immature at cutoff. 70% of pre-specified deaths were reported. No OS detriment in Penpulimab arm was seen. Single-agent efficacy was tested in AK-105-202. It was a phase 2 open-label trial in China. It enrolled 125 patients with metastatic NPC. Patients had unresectable or metastatic NPC. They progressed after platinum-based chemo. They had 1 or more prior therapies. Penpulimab-kcqx was given at 200 mg IV. It was dosed every 2 weeks until progression. Treatment stopped at unacceptable toxicity. Maximum treatment duration was 24 months. Primary endpoint was objective response rate. Duration of response was also measured. ORR was 28%, 95% CI 20-37 per RECIST. Median duration of response was not reached. DOR 95% CI was 9 months to not estimable. Adverse events occurred in 20% of patients. These were on Penpulimab-kcqx with chemo. Nausea occurred in 62% of patients. Vomiting was reported in 45% of patients. Hypothyroidism affected 38% of patients. Constipation occurred in 29% of patients. Decreased appetite was seen in 27%. Weight decrease occurred in 24%. Cough was reported in 22% of patients. COVID-19 infection affected 21%. Fatigue occurred in 20% of patients. Rash and pyrexia each hit 20%. Immune-mediated AEs included pneumonitis in 5%. Colitis occurred in 3% of patients. Hepatitis was reported in 2%. Endocrinopathies affected 4% of patients. Nephritis with renal dysfunction hit 1%. Skin reactions occurred in 6%. These AEs require close monitoring. Fatal AEs occurred in 1% of patients. 1 death was due to pneumonitis, 1 death was from septic shock, 1 death was caused by colitis, 1 death was due to hepatitis. Dosage is 200 mg IV every 3 weeks. This is for combination therapy with chemo. Single-agent dose is 200 mg every 2 weeks. It is given IV until progression. Treatment stops at unacceptable toxicity. Maximum duration is 24 months. NPC incidence is high in East Asia. Southeast Asia has 15 to 50 cases per 100,000. This approval meets a key clinical need. Penpulimab-kcqx got breakthrough designation. It also received FDA Fast Track status. This was for third-line metastatic NPC. It shows strong clinical promise. ORR in AK-105-304 combo arm was 78%. Placebo arm ORR was 62%, p = 0.02. Median DOR in combo arm was 8.4 months. This approval adds a new immunotherapy option. It targets non-keratinizing NPC. PFS benefit is significant, HR 0.45. Studies test Penpulimab in other cancers. Hepatocellular carcinoma trials are ongoing. NSCLC trials are also active. These may expand its oncology role. See FDA Notice for prescribing details. Subscribe here and go to oncologytube.com for more details and many other cancer topics.